I am kind of a moron. Hello, well, kind of. Yeah, kind of. Hello, everyone. I'm Dustin Benzel, and welcome to another Pokemon XY anime discussion. Today, we're going to talk mostly about the upcoming episodes that are coming in the following weeks. Now, I know you might be a little confused as to why I called myself a moron in the beginning of this video, but it's actually quite simple. It seems that even though, despite my beliefs, I don't think I gave people the wrong idea, or maybe they did and they just didn't correct me in the comments or something, but I genuinely thought that that Pikachu special thing was actually a full hour itself. Well, 40 minutes or however long an hour special actually is. In reality, the Noibat special, or not the Noibat special, the Noibat episode, the relay race with Noibat, as it tries to learn how to fly with a ring around it and sky relay race or whatever, is airing alongside the Pikachu wrestling movie cosplay Pikachu episode. So it's not Pikachu for an hour, it's just Pikachu for the normal episode length, which makes it a lot easier for me to swallow or to get around with, because I thought Pikachu was having a full hour by itself. I thought the first episode was going to be about movie stuff or whatever, and then there was going to be some Team Rocket with Pikachu. I thought it was just going to be an hour. I thought it was going to be a two-parter. That's why I thought it was an hour special. I don't know if I gave that feeling or something or whatever, but that is totally wrong. I hope you didn't accept my saying the hour special was mostly about Pikachu. I hope I didn't give off that idea, which is why he probably didn't correct me, or because that's what you actually thought was going on. But actually, I just realized now that on June 18th, the first part of the hour special is the second Noibat episode that has Noibat in the title, Do Your Best Noibat, and a relay race or whatever. Then the second half of that hour is going to be the Pikachu cosplay episode. Woo! I am a moron. That makes it so much better. I still don't like the fact that the following episode is still Pikachu relating, but at least it's better than 3 episodes, as I thought it was, with Pikachu being in all the episodes, you know. Woo! That's a relief on me, but feel free to call me a moron in the comment section below, because, yeah, I am a moron. So, what we're mostly going to talk about is the Pikachu cosplay episode, the Pokeball episode, and the Pokemon Showcase episode that I slightly mentioned in one of my earlier videos. I don't think it was the Noibat discussion episode. Might have been. Can't quite remember when I talked about it. I don't think it was, because I think I was mentioning it in the beginning of the video, and if I did mention the Pokemon Showcase in the Noibat discussion, I would have had to have put it at the end of the video, as you probably already saw. But no, I think it was a different one. I think it was the Scottie versus Ash discussion or whatever. Oh, we need to talk about that too. But we're not going to talk about the Noibat episodes, because as far as I'm aware, there's nothing new. Everything new was in the previous video that you saw. I know it's been a few days since I recorded and edited that, even if I uploaded it like a couple of days ago or whatever. But I don't think there's anything new going on with those episodes. At least nothing relevant. Nothing that we can't talk about in a later episode. But now we're just going to talk about the Ash vs. Scottie episode, as we got a second preview from the Pokemon Smash or Sunday. It was Pokemon Sunday, and then it was something else, and then it changed to something. I don't quite... Get TV? Is it Pokemon Get TV now? I don't remember, but it airs on Sunday. They usually have a second preview with different things that they show. in preparation for this thing. And since it is coming up this Thursday or whatever, I thought I might as well just talk about it. And then afterwards, we'll talk about the other episodes. So, I was partially right. One of my speculations within the discussion of the Slurpuff that I mentioned, it was either two possibilities. I either said it was possibly Scottie's Pokemon, or it was Miette's Pokemon. As the second preview shows, with a Slurpuff using Electro Ball, I think. I'm pretty sure it's using Electro Ball. I can't remember if Slurpuff can actually learn Electro Ball. I would assume that it was, because that's what it was using in the preview. But yes, Scottie's third Pokemon is, in fact, Slurpuff. One of the videos I have planned making that will probably be recorded after this particular video is I'm going to talk about the rivals of Ash and Serena and their team speculations, so prepare for that. But anyway, so Scottie's third Pokemon is revealed. We have a Slurpuff, and it seems to be battling against Hawlucha. If I remember correctly, yes. So basically, the matchups are Bagon, possibly Pikachu. Although that's not confirmed, we don't know what Bagon is attacking. All we know is that it's using Dragon Claw during the battle, as I'm sure I will try to find an image of Bagon using Dragon Claw. I think it was in the first preview. Not entirely sure on that, but I will look for it using Dragon Claw and you'll see it. If you don't see it, that means I couldn't find it somewhere, so apologies for that. So then, Frogadier versus Trico. One of my questions before, when we knew that Trico was going to evolve, I don't know if I brought this up, was whether or not Trico was going to evolve as a result of the hijinks of Team Rocket, or it was going to evolve during battle. The previews imply that it's evolving during the battle, so we're going to get a mid-battle evolution. And even though it seems that Grovyle is doing a lot better, I still think that Frogadier, Ash's Frogadier, is still superior. But hopefully that'll mean that Scottie will indeed have more badges in the future. Also, now that I mention it, I want to make a correction. Apparently, when I made a video before, I was going off incorrect information. But apparently Scottie does at least have one badge. I think I said that he had 0 badges, but I was going off with what other people said, that I thought they knew what they were talking about. Apparently they didn't. But apparently he does have at least 1 badge. So that's at least good. At least he has 7 more badges to go instead of 8. It's not that much, but it's still better than nothing. So hopefully his Grovyle will be what helps Scottie propel him through the badges, and hopefully we'll see him in the league and stuff, and he's not just a missed out rival who didn't quite get all the badges. I don't think they'd go that route, but I don't know what they plan on doing. So at least there's that. So as I've said, Frogadier is battling Trico / Grovyle. Pikachu, if it's being used, is most likely going to be used against Bagon, and Hawlucha is being used against Slurpuff. I don't think there's anything to discuss, but there is a summary along with that thing that with that episode that came out that was very interesting, and I just want to mention it right now. Hopefully it's on the first page. Yeah, here we go. Scottie's target is Ash, who never gives up no matter how hard things may seem, and who fights on believing in his Pokemon. Scottie gets to have a fair and square fight with the trainer he wants to be like. Trico, who has always traveled with Scottie, fights a valiant battle against Ash's Pokemon. But is Ash just too strong an opponent for Scottie at this point? Will Scottie's experience hold up against Ash? Scottie admires Ash's strength and wants to get closer to his level. He now gets to put his experience he has gained so far to the test. So, even though Grovyle will definitely be an improvement of Trico, since Frogadier just totally outright beat Trico with no problem. I still think that Frogadier is going to win. There was some predictions that said Hawlucha will probably beat, or, well, I don't know what it was. I'm not sure what the case was, but if this is a best of three, a series of one-on-one matches with three of them, one Pokemon has to lose. I don't think Frogadier versus Grovyle is going to end up in a tie. I don't think Frogadier is going to lose. I think Frogadier is going to win, and that's going to be a matchup. So between Pikachu and Hawlucha, who might lose? Now, there was some person on some forum that made a suggestion with something that I didn't really like, because it wouldn't have made any sense, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does possibly make sense, but if the other Pokemon is Pikachu, since we still don't know what Ash's third Pokemon is, we assume it's Pikachu. Just because Frogadier, Hawlucha, and Fletchinder being in the same battle would be kind of weird, and it would kind of weird to snub Pikachu at this particular point, even though there's going to be like 2 episodes coming up focused on it. So I think it's so between Hawlucha and Pikachu, if one of them has to lose, Bagon and Pikachu, Hawlucha versus Slurpuff, I'm thinking Hawlucha's going to lose. I don't know if that was what I was thinking was going to win or lose or whatever. But I think at this point, I think Hawlucha is going to lose. I don't think it's going to be a bad loss, especially if the Slurpuff does have Electro Ball. I'm pretty sure it does, but I still don't remember Slurpuff being able to learn Electro Ball. I can't think of any non-electric Pokemon that can learn Electro Ball. At least I can't think of anything. I'm sure there is some Pokemon that can learn Electro Ball, but that's just... It's a weird thought just thinking of a Slurpuff using Electro Ball. So, anyway, so I don't think Pikachu is going to lose to Bagon, but it would make sense. I'm not sure I would like it if Pikachu lost, because knowing the riders, and they have done this on occasion, they would try to make it up. They would try to make up Pikachu's loss against Bagon. Sorry. They try to make it up somehow in the future, and I'm not sure I quite like that idea. So hopefully Pikachu doesn't lose here, just so they feel like the need to make it up in some other battle where it's not necessary for Pikachu to get a win. And if it does, it better be an equal win with another Pokemon. It better not be. It better not be like Frogadier losing without a win and then Pikachu knocking out 2 Pokemon. Hopefully it's not like that. The Riders, I'm sure that they have done that as well, where one Pokemon has Fall Guide and Pikachu got 2 wins just because it got a single loss before. But anyway, so I think this is going to be a Hawlucha loss. It would be interesting to see Ash beating all 3. That would be an interesting thing, but if it is going to be a best of 3, and that implies 2 out of 3, a best of 3 would be a 2 out of 3. I don't think it's going to be a 3-on-3. However, there may be a possibility that even despite that Scottie has lost twice, he still wants to go against the 3rd one, and he still loses. Maybe Ash is just that far ahead of Scottie. I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but if there is going to be a loss, I do expect it to be Hawlucha. So that covers that particular episode. That's all I'm going to discuss. I think that's pretty much it. There's not going to be a last-minute discussion on that particular episode. If I forgot something, it's just going to have to wait until I look at it and discuss it in another video. Probably not a review, but I'll probably just discuss the battle in of itself, along with other things or whatever. So after that, we're skipping the Noibat episode since I've already talked to death about them in other videos. So the next episode we need to talk about is the Pikachu episode with the cosplay Pikachu. Now you're going to see a particular image of Pikachu wearing a costume that we need to discuss. But I'm not going to do it relying on memory. I'm actually going to go to the image wherever it may be and actually talk about it. But I think it's very reminiscent of Hawlucha, if I'm not mistaken. It's got like red feathers and stuff. Anyway, sorry about that. But it just annoys me that my taskbar won't hide. It's probably my fault, but anyway. Okay, so the image of Pikachu in the costume, it's kind of reminiscent to Hawlucha, but it's also unique of itself. It has wings like Hawlucha, I guess. It kind of has this costumey mask, kind of like Hawlucha, but it's also extremely white, a little bit of blue and a little bit red, and mostly Pikachu's coloring. So it's not quite like Hawlucha, unlike, say, the wrestler cosplay Pikachu, which looks more like Hawlucha, I guess you could say. At least it fits more. Or Libra Pikachu anyway, or whatever you want to call it. That probably resembles more like Hawlucha without the wings or whatever. But anyway, this is a very interesting image. I don't know what it means. I don't. This looks like it could be Ash's Pikachu. I don't know exactly what this means. I don't know if this is a different character and it's not related to the cosplay costumes. I did show you an image of the cosplay Pikachu of the wrestler and how it was a male, I believe. So I don't know if Ash's Pikachu is going to be in different costumes during the thing, or the costume that you've seen with him in the white and red winged costume. I don't know if that is just going to be something special or it's just going to relate only to Ash's Pikachu. I think this image is interesting because despite Wrestler Pikachu just being like a luchador mask or Libra, however you want to call it, sorry if I'm offending anyone who likes Libre, Mucha Libre battles or whatever you want to call them. I don't mean to insult them by saying wrestling or whatever if it's not quite wrestling or specialized wrestling or whatever the case is. So sorry about that. But anyway, I don't know if this means that Pikachu is going to try to use Flying Press and learn it, or it's just going to be just some scene. It kind of looks like, because it is having wings, or the costume does have wings, it seems like they're trying to get Pikachu to learn some sort of special move. Possibly, I'm not really sure. With the cosplay Pikachu, you would think that Pikachu would learn one of these special moves, but I don't know. I don't know if it actually is going to happen, though, because I think Pikachu's moveset is only going to probably change out Electro Ball for another electric move. So I don't think it's going to learn Flying Press, but it would be interesting if it did. But the thing is, Ash has Hawlucha, so that might be a little off. So I don't think there's anything more to say. I'm still not quite looking forward to it. It does look interesting, and for Pikachu fans, I'm sure it'll be a great episode, maybe, hopefully. But outside of that, I'm not really looking forward all that much. I mean, I'm fine with Pikachu Focus once in a while, but this is coming right before the following episode, which is the Meowth versus Pikachu episode, which I'm not really looking forward to. I mean, it's cool that it has the Pokeball factory, but still not really looking forward to it. So anyway, that's the Pikachu episode that's airing alongside the Noibat episode. So then we get into the Pikachu versus Meowth episode. I believe there was a slightly new summary for this particular episode. Okay, maybe not quite. Ash and his friends end up get caught in one of Team Rocket's traps. Pikachu is now all by itself, and Meowth is closing in on it. Pikachu and Meowth duke it out in the Pokeball factory. And there is some image. There is an image of a... Whoa, I never saw that image before. There's also an image of Hawlucha, Fletchinder, Noibat, and Pikachu, but, oh man, maybe I'll just show you that Noibat picture just for the fun of it. So, here's the image of the Noibat thing, whatever, that I neglected to show you before, apparently. See that? Nothing really to talk about other than that's kind of a nice shot, but anyway, Below that is a very weird one. You know those claw machines where you can get like plushies and stuff? They're like arcade machines, or maybe you can find them in your local diner, possibly. If you live in the United States, maybe you have a Denny's in your area. They also might have a claw machine there. They might have claw machines in your maybe even like Walmart or something of that nature. There may be claw machines somewhere in there, but you know what I mean. Those little claw things, you put money in it and you try and get a plushie. Or in a lot of arcade places, they have a claw machine with candy or whatever. But basically here we see Meowth with what looks like a Pikachu plushie doll, because it's completely yellow. I don't know if that's Ash's Pikachu and the coloring is just an animation error, or just the shading and it became out as an animation error. But it looks like a completely fake Pikachu plushie. But the Meowth looks real, and he's got some looks like a Pokeball. So I don't know. So I guess we'll have to find out. But anyway, about that particular episode, the Pikachu versus Meow, there's also another screenshot with Jesse and James wearing a weird costume, and Meowth wearing a weird costume as well that looks nearly as tall as them. I think Meowth is wearing stilts or something. But anyway, this is a very interesting episode because I think we got a special preview or picture. I'm going to have to look this somewhere. But what we see in a preview or whatever is that we actually see Meowth actually holding a Pokeball in a different aspect than the image that I've shown you before. And it seems like Meowth actually has control over Team Rocket's Pokemon in terms of possibly Inkay and Pumpkaboo, possibly, or even Wobbuffet. So it seems maybe that one shot that was in the upcoming preview might not entirely be Meowth trying to recall Pikachu, but I still hope it is, because I just want to see the hilarity of Pikachu going back inside of its Pokeball. Hopefully we'll get an inside shot of the Pokeball of Pikachu freaking out, trying to release itself but not knowing what to do, because it's not one of those Pokemon that can let itself out because it doesn't know how to do that. That would be interesting to see. But anyway, this might actually be a fun episode. I'm not going to quite dismiss it, but it'll depend on the images that come along with the episode and maybe the preview, if it'll actually be that interesting to see. But I'll definitely watch it if Jesse's Pumpkaboo evolves. Speaking of which, we still have no idea when Jesse's Pumpkaboo is going to evolve. It could either evolve in the Noibat episodes, it could evolve in the Pikachu special, or the Pikachu half-hour special that airs along with the Noibat episode, or the Flying Sky Relay. You know what I mean. And then it could evolve in the Pokeball Factory episode. It might even evolve in the Pokemon Showcase episode. But it seems like unless they do what they did last year with Hawlucha and Fletchinder, if it's going to definitely evolve before the movie, it has to be one of those episodes. So expect it soon, possibly. If it is going to be like Hawlucha and Fletchinder, mostly, then expect possibly the next 2 or 3 episodes to revolve around it. Like I said, I don't think we know anything outside of the Pokemon Showcase. I think I said that in another video. Not quite in this one, but in another video I said I think all we know is the Pokemon Showcase. We don't know anything else. The next episode is likely going to happen after the movie. I don't know when there's going to be a special, or not a special, but I don't know when there's going to be a break. There's definitely likely going to be 2 breaks because of this 1-hour special with Noibat and Pikachu, as well as likely the Diancie movie that's probably going to air the week before the movie, or the Hoopa movie comes out. So I expect there to be 2 breaks. I expect there to be a break right after the movie, possibly. Let's see what that would be. I expect there to be a break on the 23rd, and an episode of the XY to come out the 30th, And then August 6th is also where I expect another break to happen. Unless someone wants to correct me and this Noibat Pikachu special is making up something that Pokemon missed a long time ago and they're just making it up now. I don't know what it is, but I expect there to be 2 breaks right at this moment in time. So I guess after the Serena episode, or the Pokemon Showcase episode, expect there to be a break on the 23rd probably. There probably will be a break there. So I'm not saying it's confirmed, but it's probably going to happen. So I don't think I have anything more to say about this Pokeball episode except Pikachu seems to be controlling the Pokemon, probably Pumpkaboo, if it's going to evolve in that episode or whatever. So if anything happens in this episode that's relevant, it's probably Pumpkaboo evolving. Otherwise, it's probably an episode that's probably only going to be exciting if you want to watch Meowth having a Pokemon battle with Pikachu, Meowth using other people's Pokemon, and Pikachu using itself as a Pokemon. So I don't think there's going to be anything else relevant about the episode, but I guess we'll have to see. Then the last episode we need to discuss is the Pokemon Showcase. As I've mentioned in another video, this confirms the appearance of Miette, which some of you may have seen in a Pokepuff episode. I think that's what they're called. I think that's what they're called, is Pokepuffs. Well, I don't think it's Poffin, but Pokepuffs, is that it? It's kind of hard to keep up with, yeah, Pokepuffs, there we go. It's kind of hard to keep up all of these treats that the Game Freak keeps adding in. Second gen pretty much introduced berries of some kind into the series, and then third gen enhanced that and created Pokeblocks. I believe that's what they're called, Pokeblocks. Yeah, Pokeblocks. And then in fourth gen, there was Poffin, I believe. I don't know if fifth gen introduced anything. I don't think fifth gen introduced anything except fourth gen was Poffin. And now within sixth gen, there's Pokepuffs or whatever. So anyway, Miette from the Pokepuff episode is returning, and apparently she's in the Pokemon Showcases. I don't know if that was said in the Miette episode from before. I don't think so, because I think it was Shauna that introduced Serena to the Pokemon Showcases. So I don't think that was the case. I may be wrong. Like I said, I think that was one of the episodes that I didn't really see. Just something that I skipped over. But I'm not really sure, but apparently she's back. She's apparently a rival of Serena. In the image that we have of Miette, Serena looks very embarrassed. Apparently, Miette has noticed Serena's design change and possibly made a slightly insulting, offensive comment. That's just my speculation on what's going on. I could be completely wrong, but this will definitely be the first time that Miette would have seen Serena in her new design change. So I feel like Miette is going to mention that in some fashion, and I feel like Serena would probably be embarrassed as a result of it. We've seen some images possibly of the Pokemon Showcase where Serena is using that dress that she used in the Valerie versus Scottie episode, the fashion show episode where Serena was apparently dressed up as a Florges. Kind of a weird looking Florges in comparison with the other Pokemon as they were dressed up, because there was really hardly anything relating to Florges in that design, and I may have mentioned this in some fashion or another. I don't know if I did or not, but it may have been a conversation I had with myself, but it was very weird that they were describing that as Florges when I couldn't see it or whatever. But anyway, so apparently she's using that dress or clothing for her Pokemon Showcase. And as the title, as I said, Pancham and Braxton are going to be in it, and apparently, if everyone is accurate, Serena is definitely passing the first round, and I expect Serena to win here. I think if Shauna doesn't appear and it's just Miette, there's also another trainer that someone mentioned that might show up. I think her name is Nini or something of that nature. I don't know. I forgot where she... No, she showed up in the Pancham episode where Pancham got upset with Chespin for stealing food, and I think it was like Pancham, Focus on Tomorrow. I think it was a Pokemon Showcase episode. Pathways to Performance Partnering or whatever, and it was Dance, Pancham, Captivate, Fennekin, The Dance for Tomorrow. That was the Japanese title. Yeah, that was the episode where Chespin and Pancham got in fights or something, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I don't think this was another episode I missed, or I think this was another episode I missed. But yeah, Nini was on there. Apparently she wants to be Pokemon Showcases. She's more likely to be in Pokemon Showcases than Miette was, but apparently Miette is also in Pokemon Showcases. So if none of those appear, if Shauna nor Nini show up in this particular episode, I almost expect Serena to win this particular Pokemon Showcase just to possibly fuel the rivalry between Serena and Miette, and also because Serena really needs to get her keys as soon as possible because Ash only has 2 badges left, and if I'm still not mistaken, no one has corrected me, if Serena still needs those 4 keys for Pokemon Showcases to go Master Class for the chance to be Kalos Queen, Serena needs to catch up, so I don't think Serena can afford very many losses here. And I looked up Serena instead of Showcases here. Let me make absolutely sure here. I keep forgetting to check this to see what the case is. Oh, it's 3 keys, not 4 keys. Sorry. No one corrected me, so I thought I was right. But 3 keys. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Showcase now between Ash's 6th and 7th. Serena will get a key. Between 7th and 8th, Serena will get a key. And then between 8th gym and the league, Serena will get another key. And who knows, maybe we'll even get Serena getting into the Master Class or whatever before all that happens. So yeah, I feel like Serena's going to win this Pokemon Showcase. It would make sense. Luckily, Serena doesn't need that 1 extra key that I thought she needed. Apparently, it was just 3. So at least that's a little bit better. So hopefully they'll get on that and give Serena her key. I don't expect a lot of showcases, to be honest with you. Unless there's going to be another showcase right after this one and Serena loses this one and it's going to be before Olympia, like right before Olympia around there. Unless there's going to be a lot of showcases. I mean, they could possibly at least devote 6 episodes in regards to showcases and have Serena lose 3 of them. Not counting the one that she's already done and lost with Fennekin tripping over the ribbon, but it is possible that they could devote 6 episodes to Serena to showcases. So it's possible. I just don't see it as likely. I don't know what exactly is going to happen, but I feel like she needs to get this key as soon as possible. If she loses, I do expect a Pokemon Showcase, another one, to happen right before Ash's battle with Olympia. If she loses and Olympia happens, then I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with Serena. But anyway, I think I discussed everything I wanted to discuss. I don't think there's anything more else to discuss as far as I'm aware in upcoming episodes. As for things that I'm going to discuss in later videos, I had a notepad here of thing that I was going to do. Okay. Okay, this is the upcoming episodes with those images that I showed you. New information that, as far as I'm aware, come to think of it, I need to check to see if there's a summary for that showcase episode. Because I haven't seen anything yet. I haven't seen anyone talking about it. Not the right website that I wanted to go to. I don't think there is, but we'll look here. Oh, here. So what we have here is basically the summary. I don't know if I mentioned this, but Serena once again enters the Pokemon Showcase Tri-Pokelon. She'll show us a beautiful performance together with Braixen and Pancham. Okay, there is conflicting information here. TV Tokyo says that this episode is going to air July 2nd, but Pokemon Fan says it's going to air on July 9th. That's a little weird. I don't know what that would mean or whatever, but it might seem like July 2nd might already be a break of some kind. But I guess we'll have to see. But I think that's pretty much it. This covers new information as far as I'm aware. Okay. The next video you'll probably see will probably be about Ash and Serena's rival. I will talk about them. I will mention right now the discussion of Clement. There's really nothing to discuss, but I will mention Trevor. But otherwise, there's really not going to be anything for Clement, so don't expect a subsequent video after my Ash and Serena rivals to have anything in regards to Clement. So then afterwards, I'm going to do a video on future speculations of gyms, captures, evolution, storylines, and more. And that's not going to focus on what they're going to get, rather what is possibly going to be revolved around them. I've already done a video of all that I can think of Ash, what he could possibly get. A lot of people are possibly going for Bergmite or Honedge or Doublade or Aegislash. I don't know what it's going to be. Even though it doesn't make any sense, as I've already said, deep down I'm still hoping for Phantup. But basically we're going to talk about Olympia, we're going to talk about Wolfric, we're going to talk about like what I expect in the capture episodes, like with Serena and Eevee, evolutions, who's going to evolve next, when's it going to happen. I'm going to speculate on some possible storylines and more. A lot of this is probably going to be completely random speculation based on no information. I will possibly talk about Team Flair's role within the main series, how it possibly relates to Alon and Lysander and Steven Stone, and all sorts of things. So those are the following videos after this particular one. So I don't know if I have anything else planned, but those are what's planned. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Dustin Benzel, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.